I've mentioned before on this channel, when I was younger, teenager, my very first car was a 300ZX, a Z31. My parents also had a Z32 300ZX, so I had a close affiliation with Nissan sports cars of the 80s and 90s. But at that time, there was a certain car that felt almost mythical. It was a car I only saw in magazine photos at the time, maybe some late night forum post on the internet, the early internet of that era. It was a golden forbidden fruit here in the United States, the mythical Nissan Skyline. The car they called Godzilla, so dominant and advanced and untouchable at the time. But again, it was forbidden fruit. It was not sold here in the United States. It was not legal to import. It was right-hand drive only. Definitely something you'd never see on the streets or in a parking lot here in the United States. For years, the Skyline only existed in magazines to me, and I just thought it was the coolest car ever. I can't tell you the first time I actually saw one in person, but I know it was before the 25-year rule was instated. But it was an absolute unicorn to me. But now times have changed, and with the new 25-year import rule, these legends are finally crossing the ocean, and the cars I grew up idolizing and hearing about and dreaming about are now here. I obviously missed the boat on the early import R32s when they were in the mid-20s, but like most things in life, you know, there was a time when a Coke was a nickel, I guess. But today I want to show you some footage and some photos of some really cool cars, not just Skylines, a lot of JDM stuff that was hosted by a really awesome JDM dealership for a Cars and Coffee event. It was really kind of my teenage dream fulfilled without actually getting to own one. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, Christmas, New Year. Mine was great, no complaints at all. I want to say thank you so much to Craft Sports for hosting an amazing Cars and Coffee, opening up their dealership to the public. Very cool, very low-key guys. It was just a great event. And this was right after Thanksgiving, shortly before Christmas. So today I want to show some cool footage of the cars they had, some of which are for sale at their dealership, and I'll put a link to their website in my description, and also some really interesting and cool stuff that other people showed up with. We'll start with some of the owners' cars that showed up in the back lot. Some really cool stuff there. I think that's a four-door R34, another R34. Look at that Nismo intercooler. Some pretty cool Lexus. These two Porsches were there. I don't know what these 911 story is, but obviously they're race cars. Really cool, random stuff. Some M cars in the background. I see an RZ Supra. 458 Italia. Randomly showed up. Very cool in white. GTO in the background. Of course, the S2000. I see a Saturn in the back. There's another Mark IV Supra. Really cool NSX. Very tastefully modded. Subaru Impreza. Unbelievable. In the flesh, a Nismo Z. I think that's the only time I've seen one in person. R35. This R33 had such a cool amount of detail to the RB26. Like, look at the clear covers on the timing chains. It just really well done. Tastefully modded. I like it. In the backside there's another new Z. This is kind of like BMW land here, as you see some M cars rolling in. Random Challenger. There's another M car. And of course I had to show off. I brought my 4Runner and I thought I'd be so out of place. I parked next to a ZR1 and another 4Runner showed up and parked behind me. So I guess, hey, you know, it is made in Japan. JDM. All right, we're going to get into the cars they actually have for sale on the showroom. And the first one is a 1987 GT-R. Look how freaking cool this thing is. It just epitomizes the 80s. JDM, Forbidden Fruit, Gran Turismo 1. They only made 800 of these things. This one only has 42,000 original miles. It is immaculate, super rare, so cool. An R31 GT-R. Up next, of all the R34 Skylines they had there, This was by far my favorite. This is a beautiful 99 with only 17,622 original miles. Look at those original Nismo smoke gray wheels, a real Nismo side skirt, real Nismo under spoiler set. Just a beautiful, beautiful car. Tastefully modded, aftermarket. I mean, that's kind of the JDM thing. It's very much part of the culture. It's hard to find one that hasn't been slightly modified, and it works. It works with these cars. This thing was amazing. What a beauty. All right, next we're going to get into my personal favorite generation of Skyline. I know most people it's the R34, but I personally love well, it's not the original. I shouldn't say that. The original one that I fell in love with, the R32. And starting out here, here's a really pretty one in blue with, I think, BBS wheels. This car has, according to their website, 9,000 miles. The interior is absolutely perfect. Original steering wheel. Most of the time, those have been swapped out. Really, really, really pretty car. And as you can see, as I move along the line here, there's a really nice silver one, a burgundy red one, and then a dark gray one. This silver one in light silver, this one is a 92. It has 52,000 miles. It's been a little more modified than the other one. Aftermarket, I think it's a Momo steering wheel, but really cool car for not crazy money. You guys can check that out yourself on their website. And lastly, this dark gray one, it's a 94. It has 88,000 miles, a little higher mileage, but a lot of Nismo mods, Brembo brake kit, really, really cool raise, 18-inch wheels, HKS muffler, beautiful car. Up next, we have what, I hate to say it this way, but seems to be people's least favorite generation of Skyline, and that's the R33. And I'm sure, hey, if you disagree, please leave a comment. Currently, they only have 3 4-doors and 2 2-door R33s. But the 4-doors are really interesting to me. This picture you see on the screen right now, this is a 1998 Skyline GT-R 4-door Autech version, Autech, A-U-T-E-C-H, 40th anniversary car. Interesting Advan racing wheels, really reminds me of Gran Turismo. Remember when you can modify and change your wheels? I can't remember what version that introduced that, but this car has 64,000 miles. Interior is like brand new, really, really nice. Has the typical JDM mods, HKS air filter, or air intake, I should say, aftermarket coilovers, but a pretty cool car. But to me, even though I am an R32 guy, I love all Skylines, trust me, but the belle of the ball to me, if I could have walked out with one car, even over the R34s, this 96 purple R33 GT-R V-Spec just did something for me. The car seemed very modified. It had a bunch of bolt-on gauges on the dash and an aftermarket steering wheel and an aftermarket shifter knob. A ton of Nismo parts. It has relatively higher mileage, 80,000 according to their website. But this car, and I think it has a roll cage in it. This car just did it for me. I don't know. I thought this car was beautiful. The original Nismo spoiler, just a really, really cool car. And check out those Nismo wheels. Ugh, what a car. 96 GT-R V-Spec R33. Aside from just Skylines, these guys have some really interesting, cool stuff they bring in from Japan. Check out this 99 Lancer GSR Evolution 6. As you can see from the famous livery that I will not name the brand, but I think most of us will know what it is. It's a replica of the 2000 World Rally Championship. There was also this 96 Supra SZ, is what they're saying on the website. 81,000 miles. I hate to say this. Mark IV Supras, I don't know a ton about. So I don't know what the SZ model notates. It's a clean car, interesting colors on the inside. I'm looking at it on their website as I'm talking here. Kind of a navy blue interior over silver. which has, I don't think, something we got here in the United States, cloth seats. But yeah, these guys have lots of really cool, interesting stuff. If you are a JDM fan, you got to check them out. And now we're going to get into what I would say are the most interesting cars of the entire Cars and Coffee, both of which happen to belong to my good friend. And that is a 1993 Suzuki Kara K-Car and a Toyota Serra. Definitely the most interesting of the two. And if I'm totally honest, with all the expensive, crazy, wild cars that were at this Cars and Coffee, the Suzuki Kara people just flocked to it. It's so unusual. It's so tiny. It's so unique. Gull-wing doors. It has a small 3-cylinder turbo engine with about 60 horsepower. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'3", 2 something-ish. There's no way I could fit in it. I would have loved to have driven it, but there's no way I can fit in it. So here's a word of advice. If you want to be the most interesting person at Cars and Coffee, don't buy a Ferrari. Buy a Suzuki car. The Toyota, I'm sorry I didn't get more footage of it, but I mean, look at the interior on this thing. It's wild. It's got like bus seat covers on it. Just really quirky, unique things. My friend has a great time importing these K cars. They're not a ton of money, but they're really interesting. In fact, the Toyota, he's already sold it. Brings them in, has fun with them for a while, and then moves on and gets something else. But I had to share the Suzuki Kara and the Toyota Serra. And interestingly enough, what do the doors on the Serra remind you of? From what I understand, Gordon Murray modeled the famous F1 doors after the Toyota. Overall, it was a fun day out. It was a great Cars and Coffee. Lots of cool people, lots of really cool cars. You guys let me know. What's your favorite car I showed you today? You know, the thing that has always like been in the back of my mind, if I was ever able to get the Skyline of my dreams, what's it like driving a right-hand drive car in the United States? I know there's mixed feelings on that. If you guys own one, leave a comment. Please let me know. Anyway, thank you all so much for checking out the video today. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, please like, subscribe. That's my only beg this video. I promise. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So thanks again for watching and have a great day.